By the way, I was chatting along and then I literally was like, you can't hear me. So I hope you guys enjoyed that first 1 minute of me just moving my mouth and not hearing a thing. That was fun for me. I had a good laugh. So I hope you can all hear me now. Can you hear me now? I just try to get you guys to engage and interact. So sometimes I do that by just tricking you entirely. I mean, it's kind of like back in the way back, silent film. That's what I was doing. Just a little throwback to silent film. Just making sure everyone's paying attention. Okay, so thank you for joining me tonight. I have, a fun evening planned. I'm sure many of us love making boy cards. I'm kidding. It's kind of hard. I know we all struggle with it because there's so many shiny and sparkly things. Mind you, I can get away with all the glitter, all the sequins, all the fun, fabulous things when my son was younger, but he is turning 18 this Friday. I have an adult child now. So anyways, we are going to make a card for him, and then if we have time, we are going to make a second card. I'm hoping we could squeeze both in. And I also put together a fun fold. Mind you, this could be a fold that has been around for ages, but like all of my students know, I am new to the scoreboard world. So I was playing around today and came up with a fun little pop-up birthday card. And we are using a mashup again of new and existing Pink and Main products. Thank you guys all for joining me. Let's say hi to everybody. Libby and Caitlin are so good at saying hi to everybody, and I am like that little dog on Up with the squirrel, and I get so distracted. Okay, hi Susan, hi Kelly, hi Maria, hey Amy, Susan again, Kelly. Love when you guys talk to each other on the chats. That's helpful. Hey Robin and Jennifer and Amy, more Jennifer and Kelly. Look at you guys. You all say hi to each other. I love that. Okay, let's now get my face off here. And we were going to go right into scoring. Okay, there we go. Okay, and again, I will happily answer all of your questions if you have any comments. Oh, I missed some comments because I scrolled down. Oh my goodness. Now it won't work. Oh, there we go. Oh, hey, Kristen. And Karen. I was just chatting with you, Karen. Look at you. We both made it on time. I was a little late with no sound, to be honest. Okay, so far to create my, hopefully, 2 cards tonight, I have taken my A2, not my A2, I have taken my 8.5 by 11 and just cut it down the middle, which was 4 1/4. And then to create my fun fold tonight, it's very easy to remember. So I just remember 2, 4, 6, 8.5. So I am scoring at 2.5, and I am scoring at 4.5, and I am scoring at 6.5, and I am scoring at 8.5. So like I said, 2, 4, 6, 8.5. And then this centerpiece is going to be folded in. So far I have taken my 2 center score marks and folded them away from each other. And then we are folding that into itself. And then, so at the end you have this, and it's going to be a card that stands up with a pop-up image on the front here. So, and I did not mean to be all matchy-matchy. I really didn't. So thanks for pointing that out, Jana. My family would happily burn all of my neon clothing, but I have a little bit of a problem and I like really bright things. It's a craft, it's the crafter in me. Okay, so again, this is our fold. The score lines 2.5, 4.5, 6.5, and 8.5. And then I am going to take those 2 center folds and fold them back, and the 2 outer folds and fold them up. And we are going to create this fold when it's all put together. It's going to look just like this. Isn't it cute? And then when they open their card, they're going to get a pop-up that stands up. So if you've seen this fold before, again, I was just playing around and kind of built it today, but I kind of feel at this point in the game, everything already exists. So if this has a name and you've played with this fold before, I would love to know it. So far, it's just the Demo Donna fold. That's what I'm just going to call it. The Demo Donna pop-up fold. Okay, so I put my lovely scoreboard away. Also, if you're like me and you don't have a scoreboard and you like that nice giant one, I do have a discount code at Caterpillar for you use code Demo Donna and you get 15% off. So that's exciting. And they have a lot of really cool things. I mean, let's be honest, Pink and Main has the most cool things. They're sparkly and fun, but you know what I mean. Okay, accessory-wise. All right, so next what we are going to do is we are going to take this piece here, and I am actually going to stamp it. So I should have wrote personalize. We are going to do some personalizing for our card today. I was really excited. I got these numbers a little while ago, and I have been dying to use them. So I am using the numbers, thin numbers, the stamps, and the dies tonight. And these have been around for a little while, but I definitely love them. I love that they're the exact same font, and you can use them together. You can use just the number stamps, just the number dies. But again, because they're the same font, they work really nice together as well. And we are going to be using both the numbers and the dies and the stamp, sorry. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I've got 18. I remember when that used to be 1 and then 8, and now it's 18 together. Scary. Okay, I am going to take my blue ink here, and I am just going to do a toss. So I'm basically creating my own pattern paper or background paper, and I am just taking that 18 and I'm just going all around back here, and I am going to be covering, I'm going to have a panel on both ends so it doesn't have to be fully filled in. And I'm just going to do a little bit here just kind of to show you guys a sample so you don't have to watch me ink all this up. That is my halfway done, and this is my live cooking show where I continued, but then I am going to layer it. So once I finish the whole thing with my blue 18s, I then am just simply going to rub off any leftover ink onto my little paper towel here, because that's what I have. Put away my blue, and then I'm going to take my fun little neon green here, and I am going to continue. And I am just doing a shadow. So when you're stamping this, and let's say you don't have the most perfect image, again, this is going to have a panel over it. So just keep going as you're creating your background paper. Whenever you're doing like a background paper stamping job, don't get over picky with your stamp out. It's okay if it's not perfect. It's okay if everything doesn't line up. It's okay. You know, when you go into the store and you purchase I know I'm saying a paper crafting bad word, but a store-bought card, they're not always perfect either. They're not always totally lined up. So when you make your card, don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, that is my background paper. So I've got a really fun 18 background. And again, a lot of it's going to be covered up. These side panels are going to show, but I'm going to have a panel over both of these. and a panel over the front. So when they open that card, that look is gonna flow through the whole thing, but you're not gonna see like all my little boo-boos. Okay. I've been cutting out a lot of stuff today. It's been fun. Ooh, we're not done with our 18s. So these guys are gonna be my side panels here. And I am gonna take my fun little piece of plastic again because I don't want to get ink on my light board. Okay, so I'm going to take my little tags and I will show you the die that I am using. I have everything nicely stacked over here. This is the thin flag banner die. So not only do we have the thin numbers, dies, and stamps, I have the thin flag banner die. So tonight's theme, thin. Think thin. All right, I'm going to take my 18 again, and with this one, I am going to go green on green. So I am inking that up, and again, I am going to do my 18s, just like a nice little random pattern, or totally opposite, a nice little random stamping, no pattern. Maybe we'll just do one more there. So there is panel number 1, and then panel number 2. This is why the stamps are fun. Because to do this with dies, if I were trying to do a green on green and needing to cut out this many dies, you could do it. It would just take quite some time. I've done this technique with flowers and dies before, which is a lot of fun. Okay, and that is it. So now I have my 2 side panels with my tone on tone 18, and I'm just gonna clean up my little piece of plastic because with my luck I will stick my hand in it and this ink is not gonna dry on it. Okay, everyone having fun so far? I'm a little warm. It's warming up. You know, I go from like I cannot wait for it to get warm to oh my gosh, it's so warm. Does that happen to anybody else? Is it just me? All right, where is my woolly adhesive? Okay, so I'm just gonna lay these panels on without turning off my little light board. I figure with my lighting in my office, apparently it's a common issue we all have, but it's so dark that I thought my little light board might help out. So that is my first little panel. Then we're going to put my second one on. So let me know, do you guys like the light board? Is it easier to see? Is it harder to see? And again, we are keeping our fingers crossed that my Wi-Fi is good to me tonight. Okay, and I did a foil tutorial yesterday on my Facebook group, which is Demo Donna Design Studio. So all pink and main foils, just lots of tips. It's what everyone requested for the live yesterday. So that is what we did. We had a lot of fun. And come and join our group. I teach pink and main classes. Try to do 2 a month. Sometimes there's 3, sometimes there's 1. Okay, here's our card so far. Next, we are going to stick this guy right on top. So at the end of the day, this is still going to be able to fit into an A2 card base, but it's going to be so fun and have a lot of pop. And again, stand up on its own, because I know my son is going to like probably take this to college with him and display it. So all the other teenagers know, or young adults, or whatever they call these things after 18, you know, that his mom makes cards for him. That's a big deal. Okay, next, you guys, we are gonna make a custom birthday cake. I'm super excited. I don't know, I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. I don't know if anyone did. I think Caitlin might have used this in a video, and I was really excited. This is the layer cake dies and stencils, and I'm actually gonna go for this kind of look here, and I like it because it's a little bit more masculine. Like it's not the curls or the hearts or very frosty icing or the loops. So I like the simplicity, very geometric, I guess. And this comes with the stencil and this die kit. So you get candles in it. You get really cool like picks with the stars on them, picks with the hearts. You get like cream puffs and strawberries and cherries, and I'm not sure what that is, a piece of chocolate, and of course a little cake stand. So I went ahead and I already went ahead and cut out my cake, and it comes separated like that. And I am looking for a very important thing that I wanted to use, and I don't see it. That's very silly. Okay, I really wanted to use my mat, but you know, sometimes that happens. So we are moving on. I brought my low tack craft mat with me, and it's perfect for stenciling, but instead I am just going to stick these guys on so they don't move. I'm sure it's just sitting right on my table, right outside my craft room. I am just going to do a little washi tape on these just so they don't slide around while I'm stenciling them. But again, my low tack craft mat would have been perfect. It would have been perfect. But it had other plans tonight. Okay, something else I'm going to do right now is I'm going to be using these triangles, diamonds, but they're really close to the end, and I don't want to get my ink on them, and they're this is like got a resist on it so you can clean it. So it's not really sticking well, but I just kind of want to cover up. I want to give a little bit more room on the end when I use this so I don't go into the white on my cake. And same with these little stripes. And I'm sure you're asking, how did I figure out that I was going to go over the edge? Well, clearly I already did this and went over the edge. So that's a really fine line right there. So I don't want to pounce my color onto my cake. All right, there we go. So I'm just giving myself a little bit more room. I keep touching that with my hand, so funny. Okay, so I am going to add my first layer, and I'm going to take my little tool here. I'm going to go back into that green. I'm going to just do a light pounce. And this is kind of fun. I really do feel like a cake decorator, just so you know, which I've never been, and always been in awe of those people that have that talent. Raise your hand. I know there's got to be one of you out there. There has to be someone out there that makes cupcakes, cakes, cookies, something fabulous and edible. I mean, the amount of time and energy we put in our cards, it would be nice if we could just eat them when we're done. I'm just kidding. Don't eat your cards. For all the children out there watching, don't eat your cards. Okay. A little pounce. And there's my cute little green stripe. Pretty easy. And now I'm going to do those beautiful diamonds. All right, I'm putting my green away. Are you guys still with me? Am I still here? Is this freezing a lot? Oh no. Oh good, I'm back. Okay, just checking in. Making sure you guys are all still here. Told you my Wi-Fi's been suspect the last 2 days. Okay, I'm going with navy blue. Oh, of course you bake, Katrina. I said, oh, Lynn, you bake too. You guys. The only real thing in my baking portfolio is chocolate chip cookies. That is really about it. My son, the soon-to-be birthday boy, makes a key lime pie from scratch. Like squeezes the little key limes. It's amazing. Okay, we are going layer number 2. And I am just pouncing. And these little guys are available at Pink and Main. Replaceable little nubs on the end. So I've got like all my different color nubs and I just pop them in and out when I'm using different colors. I know we all have different brushes that we use with our ink blending. All right, there is my 3rd layer. And then I'm just gonna wipe that off with paper towel and call it a day. And these guys are good to go. My cake is almost baked. I am just going to go around my edges since I still have some green ink. There we go. And of course I have blue ink on my finger, clearly from touching the stencil. Ooh, but you know what? I have a backup. I can clean up and no one will even notice. Oh, look at that. There are my fingerprints. I don't know if you could see them, maybe, but I did pre-make a cake just to test it out, see if you guys would like it. And that came in handy. Okay, go around this guy. I always do find it really fun. I feel like the pressure's off. Mind you, there are all sorts of different men in this world, but I don't have crafty men in my life. So when I craft for them, I definitely feel like the pressure's off. They're not looking at it. Like when I send my mom a card, you know, I feel like she's really looking at it. So it's kind of nice to make something for the guys, especially my dog. He's never said a peep, has not complained about it being crooked, nothing. Very sweet. All right, there is our 3-layer cake. I also did cut out the cake stand, but now we're gonna cut it because I'm not gonna use all of it. So I'm gonna take my little tiny scissors here and I am just going to cut the stand part off, and I'm just kind of gonna use that as a plate. So I'm flipping that over. And we are gonna grab this guy here. And this is from a decorative paper pad. I will tell you what that's called in 1 second. Okay, so the die I'm using is the zigzag rectangle dies. I use these a lot. I'm pretty sure you all by now have scooped this up. And then the paper I'm using is Good Times. So this is a really fun birthday paper mix. And there's some really fun blues and greens and purples and this really pretty like wine color, which I like. It's, for me, like it's kind of a unique color combination. So I really like it. Definitely different. Something different. We like that now. Okay, it's glue-in time. Oh, these are double-sided. Look at the sprinkles are fun too. But we're just using the green. So I'm going to take my little cake stand, which I turned into a cake plate, and I am going to add a little adhesive and center that. And you know I say that loosely, but the stitching marks help. The stitching on the dies usually help. And because a lot of the Pink and Main paper packs are like a semi-gloss, when you're using your adhesive, you want to give it a little extra time, just a little bit, to make sure it is glued down. Okay, and I am actually just going to glue my cake. I was going to pop it up, but I do have other things going on with this cake. So we are simply going to go first layer of my cake. And I'll hold this up after I glue on all 3 layers so you guys can get a closer look. My second layer. There we go. And I think I read a comment that someone had written about this cake. I don't know if it might have been in the release, but they said, I wish that was all one die. And I gotta tell you, I like that it's separate because you get that extra volume of the cakes being stacked. Where if that was all one die, you wouldn't have that division of the tiers. So, and then you can also do just like a two-tier cake, a 2-tier cake, you know. So I really like the fact that you have a little bit more wiggle room with your creativity. All right, we are making candles, but we are making candles out of the number 18. So here I cut out a bunch of 1s and 18s because I wanted to stack these up and make them a little 3D. I know I did this on a live recently. I don't even remember what it was for. Maybe it was for the Happy Mother's Day. So I am just taking that same die and I will show you the dies that I'm using. I'm using the thin number dies, which are right here. So I'm using these and I did the 1 and the 8 and I just cut them out a couple times with that beautiful dark blue paper. Barbershop, I remembered. And basically when you layer up your cardstock like this, it's kind of like making your own chipboard. And you're sandwiching those together and it's creating a 3D effect, and then you don't have to try to cut out little foam to try to fit on top of this. No one wants to do that. All right, even though I have a trick for that too, but still, this is really tiny. Okay, so now I've got a nice thick 1. Look at that, that's at least 1/8 of an inch. And that is gonna really stand up. It's not gonna be so thin on my card. So look at that, it actually has some dimension to it, like a candle would. So I like that. All right, and same with my 8. And I'm just gonna go around and just layer these guys one after another. Again, to create a nice thick candle. Very realistic. Wink, wink. These are the kind that you can't blow out. These are the sparkler ones. I don't know. Are there new candles? Is there something special I need to get for Friday? I know there's those big flowers that like pop open, and every video I've seen scares you know what out of the person that's sitting there in front of it. Usually they're adorable little girls, so it's like horrifying. Okay, so there is our 8. And now we have a nice big chunky, and they really do look like chipboard instead of cardstock, which is nice. I'm sure on camera it's a little more difficult to tell, but they are nice and thick. All right, I am going to just add a tiny little, let's see if I actually have a pen. This will work. Well, if it works. Okay, sorry, I am scribbling. Okay, there we go. I am gonna take just my little black pen here, and that will be good right there. And I'm gonna kind of create like a little stand, like they're poked into the cake. Very fancy. You could probably barely see it. Now we're gonna glue these down. This is a lot of detail for one card because it's the 18th birthday. It's a big deal. You gotta go all out. I was thinking of doing the endless card, but I thought that was a lot of folding and cutting for a live. So I came up with something else. Okay, so here are my candles, and you could see my little picks in there sticking into the cake. All right, the fun part. And these aren't necessarily dry yet, but I wanted to show you guys, and I'm gonna make mine on my card, but if you don't quite trust your glue drops, you can make them on a piece of plastic. Let this dry overnight after, so you make these, I'll just show you. Just say, Demo, just show us. Okay, I'm gonna make mine on my card after I glue it to the front. But I'm gonna show you how to make those, which will be fun. Okay, we are gonna layer that on. I should go take this card to the baker and see if they can make that exact same cake. Don't you think that'd be a great idea? I don't actually, we don't have a baker in the little town I live in, but that would be fabulous. I am driving to the cities to get nothing bundt cakes. That is the birthday boy request every year. Okay, we've got that part going. That is gonna pretty much hang out right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue that down. Actually, I'm gonna keep it popped up like that. Glue in that panel. And I did want a little bit of the base showing. And I'm gonna push that down. And that, my friends, is what our card looks like when you get it. We're not done yet, but just so you know, that's what it looks like. And then it opens up just like that. And again, sits like this. So you can have that presented, which will look like this, which will be very fun. Oh my gosh, they are so good. Nothing but cake. I actually am lucky that we don't have one in town, that it's actually a field trip. You have to drive an hour to go get one, because I used to live about 15 minutes away, and let me just say I did possibly bring those home for no reason whatsoever. All right, you guys, how cool is that? Fun? Different? He's got good taste. He does. You know, I feel like all these kids do these days. They all have good taste. And that pops up really big. That's a nice 2.5 inch, which is great. Okay, and then again, folds up and goes into your envelope. Mind you, ignore my messy back, but just like that. Okay, let's get back at our card. We are gonna, oh, don't mind me shake my glue and throw the cap across the room. All right, so for my fire, I am gonna take my Easy Squeeze glue because it's nice and thick, works great with your glitter, great with your flocking. Keep that in mind. If you have not scooped this guy up, it is fabulous. And I am using tangerine for the center of my little fire and lemonade. And I'm gonna grab my coffee filter, which is right about here. And I'm gonna take my Easy Squeeze glue and take my pin out. And I did test this today. And I'm gonna do a glue drop. And then I'm gonna just scoop it up. And same with this one, a glue drop and just scoop it up. And they don't have to be the same size. It is fire. So that is what they currently look like. Now I am gonna take, because pouring this out of the jar is kind of thick, I'm just gonna take a little bit of my tangerine and put it into my coffee filter and make a taco. And I'm gonna have more control. I'm just sprinkling. I know this is getting a little crazy, but I used to demo my candles and I would just put a little bit of orange on the bottom. So I'm just tapping a little bit of orange on the bottom of my candle. And then that is it. And I am just going to blow this in my trash can. Pause. There we go. So I've just got a little bit of orange on the bottom. And then I'm going to take my lemonade and just cover that up. And in terms of glitter on my son's card, that's about as much as he's going to be able to handle. Do you guys see those? Do those look cool? A little fire on my candle. And once that's nice and dry, I'm going to take my glitter resist brush and wipe that off. And I could even go ahead and put like a little wick. I could do a little white gel pen or the black again to have it attached to the candle so it's not just floating into space. But space is fine too, whatever works. Okay, we're almost done with this guy. Believe it or not, I did not turn on my little ink machine. Okay, here's our card so far. Lots of fun. Next, what we are going to do is pick out sames for the side here. And I hope you guys scoop this up. I've got to tell you, my favorite thing is words that you can foil or not foil. So this is called Mega Birthday Sentiments Foilables. And as you can see, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sheets, but they are all filled with the different birthday wishes, even belated birthday. So these are all fabulous, and I've gone ahead and cut some out that I'm going to use tonight. But just check this out. Even the large ones are great. So we are going to, I think just because I have it handy and I want to hopefully do the next one, the next card. I don't know if I can get both of them in, but we'll see. We'll work at it. We'll work at it. Okay, I got my ink machine. I'm going to put my little glitters away. Oh, we're not done with that. Just so you know. Just so you guys know. Okay. Like I said, I cut out a bunch of the words. So I have your how old, which will be great for my hubby. And now that I've glittered and I am going to be foiling next, I'm going to clean up my little workspace, even clean up my ink machine. Now I can set these guys down. Okay, I think your how old will be fun. It's your birthday wish. Oh, hip hip hooray, celebrate. I guess we'll just do all of these and see what we like. This one's a little too big, I think. I think these are too big. We'll use those. All right, I am going to go with the green, and I have green stars, and I just grabbed it because it was pre-cut. I already had it cut. So sometimes that's what you use, right? Okay, I'm gonna wipe this up. I'm gonna lay this down. We're gonna wipe that guy down, stick that in there. I'm gonna throw that happy birthday, also from the same foiling kit with all these cute little sames. Move my finger out of the way. Okay, let's see, we can go sideways with this one and scooch these up a little bit more and throw one more in there. All right. Make sure your finger's not taking. Okay, there we go. We got it. It was harder than baking my cake I made earlier. Again, you really want to support these since they're loose in there while that's running through your machine. You love my voice? Oh no, that is very sweet. I will not tell the other humans in the house that you said that. I always said I have the kind of voice that children and pets don't listen to because they never have. I am calling and calling and calling and no one's paying any attention. So maybe that's what it is about my voice. It's very mild. I feel like I could get squeaky, but all right. And I think that is it for our foiling tonight. So I am going to take this little guy over here. And is this it for foiling? Yes. Just had to check in. Okay. Let this cool. Oh, look, it's cool. Things are just popping off. All right. I have happy birthday. Oh my gosh, these all are so cute. I love it. It's funny because at first I wanted to use this green because it's a little less, you know, sparkly. But for me, I think that's not too bad. It's not like that's loose glitter on a man card. So I think we can get away with that, you guys. What do you think, Soothing? Oh, thanks, you guys. You guys, I'm going to get out of here all glowy and excited, and my family's going to look at me like I'm crazy. All right. This is like barely fitting in there, but we're going to cut it out. We're just cutting out the happy birthday. And I'm going to go right there. Don't move. It moved. I guess I will use my washi tape. It is right here. Can you tell when I start to lose patience? We all start to lose patience. You know, sometimes doing the things that you just should have done the first time, like use the washi tape. I mean, think I would have already been running it through the machine right now. I feel like I have this conversation with my teenager. Like if you'd just done it right the first time, you'd already be done. All right, run that through. While that's going, I already have my card base for my second one. Oh, we're not finished with the first one, guys. I might have to, oh, look at that. Happy birthday. It worked out great. The circle that I am using, by the way, these circles are very fun. And I put the dies somewhere very special, and they're hiding now. So we'll talk about that another time. I feel like they're zigzag circles is what they're called. So let's go with that. So that's going to be set aside. We got to finish this guy first. Okay, I am going to do celebrate and hip hip hooray. And we are going to do the old cut down the middle and then meet at both sides to make a little banner, old school. Again, this is for an 18-year-old boy, so it doesn't have to be perfect, which is perfect because it's so not perfect. That was maybe the most wonkety little banner end that I ever did. But it's gonna have to work. Hip hip hooray goes there. Celebrate. Might help if I make this a little shorter. All right, celebrate. I have blue fingertips beside the blue fingernails. I'm just so matchy-matchy. All right, we're gonna add my hip hip hooray. And my celebrate. Right? I love those special places we've put things to. I feel like I had a stack of things to bring in here with me, and I left them all out there. All right, so here is this one. And that is how it folds in your card, in your envelope. And then you're gonna pop that open and it sits up just like that. But you guys can't see that. So that's how it would be sitting up, and this is how it looks flat. So you get the, and we could even do like a birthday wishes. That might be cute. I'm doing it. And I'm just gonna cut straight because I'm not really feeling my banners. All right. We are doing birthday wishes right about, we're gonna go right there on the bottom. I like that. Okay, birthday wishes, hip hip hooray and celebrate. You guys, I already have my homework for Friday done. I have an 18th birthday card for my little human who's much bigger than me, but we're good. Oh, I'm not done. But wait, there's more. I wanted to use these guys because I think it makes it just look cooler and edgier. These are the gold sticky gems, and I am going to add, I'm going to do 4 corners with them. There we go. Okay, and then you guys are going to have to take a vote. Do you want to stick around and watch me make one more? Or should I go live tomorrow on my channel to finish the other one? Or was this good? Is your brain overloaded? Card number 2, you guys vote. 1 card good or keep going? You tell me. Card number 1 is done. All right. Okay. I don't see any replies. Okay. I guess I'm just going to keep going. I'll just keep going. All right. Card number 2. We're going to go fast. I've already cut everything out. Okay, keep going. Okay, card 2. Look at that. You guys are feisty tonight. All right, we're going to keep going. Okay. I already pre-cut this out. My husband's favorite color is green, and his birthday is in June. So I've got my May card done, and might as well crank out the June card too. Okay. Do we have any other May birthdays out there watching? If so, happy birthday. Unbelievable. I cannot believe we're almost halfway through 2025. It feels insane if you ask me. Insane. Okay, so I like the tone on tone with this layered die set, and I'm going to show it to you. I think it's called Loopy Frames. My dad's birthday is in May. Well, that is awesome. Happy birthday to your dad. Believe it or not, I don't think I ever had a Taurus friend, and then I gave birth to a Taurus son. Katrina, there you go. Happy birthday. Happy May birthday. Yes, Loopy Frames. I was right. So we are going to use Loopy Frames with this one instead of the zigzag. And then I took this pattern paper from, this is from It's Your Birthday pattern paper, which is another fun, really cool, different prints on it. But I did the green, there's kind of green, yellow, and gray polka dots on here. And I am going to throw that. I should have grabbed a wobble, you guys. Darn it. A wobble would have been perfect for this. And I was actually playing with the baseball hat, but I know Caitlin just used the baseball hat. So therefore, I decided to go with just a giant happy birthday. All right, I'll let that. And that is going to be that guy there. Again, a wobble would be perfect. I might even go back and throw a wobble on here. Is there any non-wobblers out there? Is anyone out there not use a wobble before? They are awesome. If I knew exactly where it was, I would go grab them. But I have too many places they could be. Okay, we are going to take this guy again. And we are going to create our own background paper. And we're going to do that with the new Man of the Year stamps. And I am going to take my 18 off my other block here. And I think I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the Real Boss, and I should do Best Grandfather Ever, even though he's not a grandfather. That would be hilarious. Just kidding. I don't think any dad or mom would think that's funny. Well, unless their kid was not 18. All right. Okay. Right? Thank you, Katrina. Thank you for laughing at me. Okay, we are definitely doing the Real Boss because my husband and son are both fly fishermen. And Grill King is my son, so we can't do that one. And we'll do Best Dad Ever. And then we still have options for Father's Day stuff. I think Rockstar might get to his head. So, you know, we got to keep everyone in the family under control. I am going to grab this guy again. And we are going to do some, ooh, we've got these guys for our side panels. So we'll do tone on tone with those first. Oh my gosh. I have stuck my finger in glitter now. I think I'm going to do Best Dad Ever in yellow. And hopefully this shows up. Can you guys kind of see it? Oh my goodness, you could barely see it. But that's okay. It's better if it's subtle. All right. There is Best Dad Ever background paper, tone on tone for both of our ends. These are really cool stamps. There's a woman version too that says like Best Grandma and Mom and all that stuff. Okay, so that'll be good for my two side panels. And then I'm going to take this and we are going to throw in some Best Dad Ever. Gosh, I'm making a mess. It's the first time I've ever made a mess, you guys, so just for this one. It's because I literally have ink. I literally have ink all over me. I get really into my projects. I know I'm the only one out there. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit on the edges so there's a little yellow popping through for in the background. Okay, remember nothing's going to be here. And then I'm going to take the Real Boss. He's going to love that. Oh, I think I want to do the lighter green. I have a darker green here, but I think I'm going to do the lighter green. And then I go and open the darker one. Okay. Well, maybe even I'll come in with another one. Since we can just do this till midnight, we should have a card making sleepover craft for 24 hours. I would probably make it till 10 p.m. my time. So it sounds good in theory, but it would never happen. I hit a wall. Am I the only one? I think it's because I get up at 4, not by choice. My lovely little senior puppy gets me up at 4 and we go outside. And then you know how fun it is to try to fall back to sleep. Okay. I really love the way it's coming. It kind of looks, it reminds me of summer. Lemon and limes. But we're going to add some of that dark green. And we are going to pick a third one. I think we're going with Man of the Year. Why not? Let's do it. Okay. Just when you think you're like keeping it simple, your brain doesn't let you. I didn't really season these, so that one's a little greeny and it will be, I should have started on an edge, but that's okay. Again, it's background paper. Man of the Year. All right. I like this one, the way it's turning out. Are you guys happy with our background paper? All right. We are going to add our side panels. Now we're just going to glue things on super fast. I might even be done before 8 o'clock. Might. This is a very strong might. Oh, good. I got green fingerprints on it. Perfect. Oh, maybe I should get off of this. That would be really helpful. A friend of mine wants me to teach art at her school to little people, like small ones, like preschoolers. And I said, oh, that is going to be very messy. Okay, there's our card again. We are going to put our front together. I'm going to pop this guy up. Again, I'm just going to leave a little bit of the bottom exposed because these are a little smaller than the A2, these frames. Push that down. Again, I really want a wobble right now. That would be so fun. So everyone just pretend this is a wobble. You guys saw it. I don't even want to glue it down because I still want a wobble. I'm just going to stick one little square on it so then I could pop it off later. So if you're, put more than just that tiny little bit if you are just putting foam on yours. Okay, now we've got our card. We're not done yet. I am not going to cut. I'm just going to go side, side. That'll work this time. I'm doing your how old and it's time to celebrate. And we are gluing these on. Oh, there's no way I was going to be done by 8 because I have something else really cool that I wanted to add on to these. Okay, it's time to celebrate. You're how old? It's always fun when they're older than you because you can always make fun of them. In a nice way, of course. All right. So I've got the happy birthday, you're how old? But wait, there's more. Because I do have to tell you guys, I am obsessed with these foam fingers, these dies that come with the hat die. And I cut 2 out, and I cut out the number 1, and we're going to add these on really quick. And there's only 1 die. I cut 1 going one way, the right way, and then I flipped my paper over. And that's how I have 2 fingers going in 2 different directions. Did that make sense? Did that make sense? All right, I'll show you guys. Okay, there is number 1. Number 1. I almost put the 1 on the wrong side. That would have been funny. Okay. And I'm going to cover up my ink right there. So I cut it out, as you could see, like the die, you could see the imprint there better. And this is the back side because I wanted a finger going that way and then one going the opposite direction. All right, you guys. I think I've got a lot going on this one. I'm not going to add any embellishments to it. Remember, this is a wobble. And here is my husband's birthday card for June. Now I just have to remember that I made it. Folds up like so. You can pop that up and display it. And then my son's birthday card for this Friday. Very busy, as most 18-year-olds are. And that folds up nice and flat and then pops open for display as well. Oh my gosh, and it's 8 o'clock. It's 8:01. We made it. Thank you guys so much. I had a blast with you. Share this video. Share it on your page. Let's share the happy birthday boy joy with everybody, all of your crafty friends. so they can get inspired. Head on over to Pink and Main, do some shopping. You can use code Demo Donna to get a nice little thank you gift for watching me tonight and scooping up some of these products. Again, if you guys have any questions on products that I used tonight or anything, just feel free to comment and I'll happily answer. Bye-bye, everybody. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you all next week. Oh, except for my students. I will see you tomorrow night. Bye.